Hey everyone! So the more I learn about women's health and exercise, the more fascinated I'm becoming about it. Our bodies are so complex and variable because of our hormones. And so having never been someone who read much, I'm now trying to learn as much as I can. And my cats are not very interested in how cool the human body is. So instead, I thought I'd make a little Sunday science series. So I'm going to deep dive into a topic that I've been geeking out on. Today, we're kicking things off with something that doesn't get very much attention. It's a brain chemical called GABA. GABA stands for gamma-aminobutyric acid. Now, I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but that is how you spell it. Because I've never actually heard anyone say it. And I think that's because it doesn't get as much attention as it maybe should. It's simple, but it's really powerful. It's our brain's main inhibitory neurotransmitter. It basically reduces neuronal excitability, like a natural tranquilizer. It tells our nervous system to calm down. It's a bit like pressing the brakes if your brain is getting overstimulated. So it's super important in terms of regulating sleep, anxiety, how irritated we get, and our focus levels. And what's really interesting to me in terms of a women's health perspective is how closely connected GABA is to our hormones, especially to progesterone. So in the second half of your cycle, progesterone helps enhance GABA's calming effects. It's why you might feel more mellow when you're in your luteal phase. But during the menopause or the days just before your period, progesterone takes a steep dive. And when that happens, you might notice yourself feeling more anxious, sleep might feel a little bit harder, and you might just feel more emotionally sensitive or snappy. And that's because that drop in progesterone reduces something called our GABAergic tone. Basically means our brain is less able to activate that chill out mode. So how can we support GABA naturally? What can we do, especially in those phases of either life or our cycle where we are struggling with sleep or we are feeling irritated? So there's kind of two things you can do. The first one is about our lifestyle. And yes, like with everything, really do think movement helps. Aerobic exercise, it doesn't have to be mad, it doesn't have to be a run, a brisk 30-minute walk is enough, can help calm your nervous system. And then deep breathing, like yoga or meditation, is crucial because it helps us switch from the fight or flight nervous state to rest and digest. And in this more relaxed nervous state, our GABAergic neurons are more active in helping to promote calm signals in our brain. And there was actually a study done in 2010 that suggested that a single session of deep breathing-based yoga could increase the GABA levels in our brain by 27%, which is a noticeable amount. And then with sleep, we want to be consistent if we can, because sleep helps restore and regulate GABA activity in the brain. And then in turn, GABA promotes deep restorative sleep because it quietens that neuroexcitability. So if we can practice consistent sleep hygiene and get into a positive cycle, it helps. And then apart from lifestyle, there's nutrition. Now you can't eat GABA directly, or not more than a trace. Okay, in foods that are fermented, like kefir or sauerkraut, there is a tiny amount. But mostly our diet wants to be about supporting GABA production and receptor sensitivity. So magnesium-rich foods, think spinach, dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, support our GABA receptors. And then green tea, especially things like matcha, contain L-theanine, which helps our brain make more GABA. So if you have been feeling more anxious or irritable, or you're just not quite feeling like yourself, especially in that late phase of your cycle or into your 40s, it's probably not in your head. Our hormonal shifts, especially the drop in progesterone, does mess with our brain chemistry. But if we understand that and the role GABA plays, we can support our nervous system from the inside out. If this was helpful, hit subscribe, share what you've learned with friends, and drop a comment below. Have you noticed your mood or sleep changing with your cycle? I'd love to talk about it. Next Sunday, I think I'm going to look at how and why the brain benefits from movement. Because like most things in life, movement does help.